What's up, chumps? Paul and I hope you enjoy today's show. We are hyped up. Not a big week in MMA, but we made it unbelievable because we are a professional podcast. So tell your friends to listen. We talked a little ring card boy.
We did.
We talked a little front flipped, knocked out fighter leads to DQ.
Terrible.
Did I just give it away?
A little bit.
Still listen. And we discussed Tyron Woodley name-dropping 4 people he could fight next. Sad to say I'm not one of them.
I know.
And we even threw in a segment for you. We hope you enjoy.
A man walks into a bar.
A man walks into a bar. No. A man walks into an arm bar.
Ouch.
Dude, that's genius. You should start an MMA podcast.
The podcast with little talent, but lots of extra belly fat. This is A Man Walks Into an Armbar.
Thank you for tuning into A Man Walks Into an Armbar. I am your host, Chad Alden, a.k.a. The Champ is here. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Paul St. Amand Jr. What is new in your world?
Actually, I do have news.
Oh, man.
You know what I binge watched?
What is it?
Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Oh, was it good?
It was phenomenal.
I forgot about that completely.
So they're only half-hour episodes. There's 6 episodes I banged through in one night.
Oh,
3
that's
hours.
easy.
It was awesome.
I'm going to add that to my list.
Dude, it's so cheesy and so 80s. I loved every second of it.
But that was when action movies were at its peak.
Oh, it's all the same stuff.
I love it.
He does some of the moves from it, like Bloodsport.
He does a split.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Kickboxer.
it.
Dude, you have to watch it. It's incredible. You're going to love it.
I'm going to watch it. Any of his kids in there? Doesn't he have like a hot daughter? Maybe a son or two that maybe look like him and were trying to make it in the action movie business. Not sure if they did, but I know they started a couple movies.
I don't know. I haven't looked him up.
If not, come on. Your dad. Add him to your movies.
Dude,
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It was incredible.
Oh, I'm going to have to do that.
I wonder if they signed for a season 2 because it was really good.
Oh, that's so great. And I love that it's half-hour episodes, 6 of them. Bang through it in one night.
Yep.
That's the best kind of TV nowadays.
Dude, I can't believe how good it was.
It
was so cheesy, though. So, like, some people are probably like, this is so cringeworthy. I loved every second of that.
So it's like Sharknado? Hopefully a little better
I saw
than
the
Sharknado.
first. I never saw the other ones. But.
Hey, that got multiple movies. So if that did, maybe there's hope for Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
It was really good.
That is amazing. I had not such an amazing weekend.
Oh, what happened?
Dad of the Year moment kind of thing.
Oh, no.
So the 11-year-old was in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Performing in a dance competition.
Okay.
She's only in one dance. Nothing huge, spectacular.
That's even better.
Exactly.
But
easy for me.
Do you have to stay to the end where they do like the whole...
The awards were only an hour.
that's fantastic.
So she went on, and then the awards were right after, and it lasted for an hour.
Yeah.
So not too bad. Only problem is they're running ahead of schedule. Totally missed her performance.
No.
So here's the dilemma. It went through my mind. She wouldn't have known that I missed her performance.
Right.
Because she was on stage, she was backstage, has no idea who was sitting in the audience at that time. And I made it there before awards started. I didn't do it because I would have felt really terrible. I told her I missed it.
Oh.
I didn't tell her I was there to see it. She wouldn't have known any different. Would you have done the same thing? Or would you have lied?
I would have done the same thing because I would have been like, you were so great when she fell. Like,
Exactly.
You just completely get caught up.
You get caught in the lie.
Oh.
Couldn't do it. So they were running ahead of schedule.
So
I was running.
What'd you say?
I was early. I was making good time. Just couldn't find any parking.
She care?
She looked disappointed.
Oh no!
But it is what it is.
Did you buy the video? Did they
No.
Oh, dude, that's when you're like, you know what? I'll buy a fucking $40 video so I could say I saw it.
I know. I don't even know if they were selling the videos. They had pictures there. It's a whole business.
Oh, it's a racket.
It really is.
It's crazy.
But they swept the awards. Like her dance won like highest score of the whole session.
Wow.
They won first for their category. They won like the Critics' Choice. They're invited to like SeaWorld, all not expenses paid. You have to pay for like, but the competition fee was waived. Like they did really well. So I was like, oh, I guess it was good. Like I don't know. There'll be more competition.
Were you at a bar beforehand?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was
So
just
you went
coming from
drinking.
home.
Oh.
Just didn't allow myself enough time. I didn't want to be there super early. I just
Right.
didn't know they were going to be running a half an hour ahead of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Who runs a half an hour ahead of schedule? It's usually behind schedule. Things are usually running late.
Did you at least explain that you were on time?
Yeah. She
Doesn't
still looked
matter.
disappointed.
I know.
she's
That sucks.
she's holding that against me. If she turns out to be on the pole, it's probably
You'll know
going to come
why.
down to that moment right there. My dad doesn't come watch me dance.
Oh man.
So I'm going to dance.
Wow. Wow.
Kind of thing. But yeah, that was my weekend. And to top it off, no mixed martial arts on TV.
Terrible.
Had nothing to binge watch. I totally forgot about Jean-Claude Van Johnson. I did see The Big Sick.
Oh, how was that?
Amazon. I think
Yeah.
it's an Amazon only. I think it won some awards. Older now. But it was pretty good. Pretty funny. Ray Romano's in there.
Oh, that's what it was,
It's
yeah.
about a Pakistani guy who has a relationship, et cetera, et cetera. But it's a really funny movie. Kind of funny. So I highly recommend that if you haven't seen it. Kind of a romantic comedy. Not an action, not an 80s, 90s action flick by no means, but still funny. Ray Romano is hilarious. The whole cast did a really good job. So I recommend that. Other than that, nothing really happening this weekend. I had a
Nothing
couple
else?
mimosas.
Ooh.
That's basically it.
Oh, I had a rough Saturday.
I was
Actually,
going to have a mimosa right
dude,
now. Oh, rough
why
Saturday?
didn't you, dude?
Totally forgot about it.
Go get some.
Maybe I should have just drank
Go get
champagne
some.
out of the bottle.
I had a rough Sunday from Saturday night.
Oh,
Dude,
what happened?
it was the most I've drank in years.
That's.
Years.
Did you remember the next day? The night before?
The problem was like I remembered it throughout Sunday. Like things would happen. I'm like, oh shit, that happened last night. I probably forgot parts for sure. It was rough.
It happens. You need those nights every once in a while.
Yeah, the old mother-in-law came over and she's like, "I'll watch your kids. Why don't you guys go out?"
Oh shoot! I saw that. You were out. Where were you?
I was at Firefly.
yes.
Had a
I
couple-
saw that.
Had a little fillet.
Oh, that's
go-go
good.
bread. Fantastic. Then I had 2 vodka martinis.
Oh man.
I just drink straight. So 2 Tito's martinis.
Woo.
And they're deep there. I think they're like 4 ounces. It's
Does it mean the
something
wife was
crazy.
driving?
I mean, so I had 2 of those.
Uber drove.
Yeah, definitely Uber drove. So I got home, after driving home. And so I had 2 of those. Then my wife's like, let's go to the going away party that my neighbor's having because they're moving.
Where are they going?
I live in a neighborhood with like 114 houses. There's
Yeah.
a lot of people there.
Your neighborhood is ridiculous.
So, dude, we park in the driveway, and we're like, we'll just walk up because it's like 5 houses up.
Yep.
So my wife goes in. I'm like, go grab the mule stuff.
Oh,
She grabs
yeah.
the full handle of Tito's, unopened. 2 copper mugs because I went with my buddy, and like lime juice, ginger beer. We're set to go.
Yeah.
Dude, I drank so much. I had like 6 mules.
Ooh.
There's about a third left in the Tito's bottle.
Oh man.
Between me and my buddy, drank that much.
That's crazy.
It was a lot.
Where are they going away? Not that I know.
They're
these
moving
people.
to St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis.
That's where they're from. They moved here for 2 years.
I feel like St.
moved
Louis, I
back.
just heard recently, is like top 3 murder capital of the United States.
Maybe they were hiding for a couple years.
Yeah, maybe. But why? Yeah, watch it go up now that they're back.
But man, dude, I drank so much, and it was rough Sunday. Sunday we did like the whole Easter thing, where like we went to like a farm on a hayride, and
Man.
had to go and try to act like I wasn't still hungover. It was
Search for
terrible,
Easter eggs.
dude. It was terrible.
Got to do that though too.
Yeah. Then we went to
Gotta do that.
Then we're like by the bonfire, we're eating s'mores, and I'm like, I could throw this up right now. Like it
Oh.
was still bad. It was really bad.
That
But
is-
I did not throw up.
Hey, see that? That's a win.
That's talent.
That is a talent. That is many years of drinking, my friends. I
That's about it, though.
feel like I was going to say something. I have no idea. Are you into those hangover cures that you
No.
see on like drink
100%,
this, you won't have a
100% not.
hangover?
No.
I should get that before our podcast resets on us. The computer's prompting me to restart.
Oh my
Don't
God.
restart.
Don't restart.
That's why we have a portable recorder too. This is a professional operation we have going on over
We have
here.
a backup just in case. Yeah, I don't believe in any of that. You know why? Because, like, none of it's really FDA approved. So you have, like, they give you ingredients, what's in it, but, like, you don't know the potency of any of them.
That's true.
I'm afraid, like, I'd take it and, like, have a stroke or something with all the other shit I'm taking.
Think about how rich your family will be when they sue.
It's actually very true. Or I die, and my wife would be rich anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's
Everybody makes out but me. Son of a bitch.
Yep, that's how it is.
So have you tried any of those?
No, no. My hangover cure is don't drink a lot.
Really?
That's basically
That's
it.
what mine was, but then it was just, dude, there was so many people.
But sometimes, like, you're with a crowd of people.
That's what happened.
They
Saturday.
drink fast. You drink fast.
And everyone saw the mule because I brought the copper mugs, obviously.
That's
So literally everyone's like, "Oh my god, is that a mule?" And then they all wanted some, and then
that's what it is.
It was funny.
Oh man, yup. You need those every once in a while.
It was so good. There was so many people. It was a lot of people.
That's a good
No
time.
kids. It was fantastic.
Haven't had one of those in a while.
It's
myself.
been a while. Yeah.
But summer's coming. Sunday fun day. We already said when the weather gets nice, we're gonna do this podcast outside. There will absolutely be alcohol there. Sit back, relax, have a good time.
Dude, we should do one in my neighborhood.
Dude, we should.
There's some funny.
Oh, you have some.
fucks.
Yeah, you have some
Huge
guys that love MMA.
fans. Love MMA.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Love MMA.
We'll spark up that smoker.
Ooh.
I did buy a steak, and I did make some garlic butter the other day. So I'm just saving that for when I cook the steak. You'll put a hunk of that garlic butter right on top of it when you're done. Makes it fantastic. I'm not gonna grill it though. I'm gonna do it inside on my pan. I think I'm gonna do a broil. I've never broiled a steak, so So you're supposed to sear the steak and then finish it off with the broiler. Maybe that's the magic that's been hiding away. I have no idea, but I'm going to try it, and then I'm going to put a big chunk of that garlic butter, because when you finish a steak off with a ton of butter, it tastes delicious, so I'll let you know how that goes.
Dude, butter and everything is great.
Exactly, and throwing a little garlic in there. I wasn't a huge garlic guy growing up, but now...
I love garlic.
Especially on steak.
Do you get heartburn, though? I sometimes do get heartburn
from garlic?
Yeah. Maybe it's not garlic.
Well, I don't know if it's...
I thought it was the garlic, because I like put some garlic on one, maybe it was a sauce. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, can you get heartburn from garlic? I don't know.
Probably. No, I'm sure you can. I'll tell you when I have this garlic butter, how my heart feels after that. But it is...
Oh, yeah. Garlic can cause more...
heartburn than normal foods? Oh, there you go.
It's an inflammatory, so if you have, any acid or something, it's going to...
Shoot, I'll let you know how it
Son of a
goes.
bitch.
Maybe this combination of ingredients, because there's a bunch of other stuff too, like rosemary, basil. It was unsalted butter, tons of stuff you added to this butter, and hopefully it tastes delicious.
Dude, I actually did that a couple months ago. You know, on Facebook, you scroll through and somebody retweets some recipe.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the best.
So I did that. It was a what do you call those? Like a campfire one. You know, you put in tinfoil.
Oh man!
So it was like the mini potatoes. Cut those up with steak, and it was just like you said. It was basil, thyme, whatever the hell it is,
Yes.
whatever.
We didn't have time,
Parsley,
so I had to leave that out.
garlic, and butter. And literally, you fold
there you
it
go.
up.
That's the recipe.
Oh, really?
Pretty much.
Oh, so fold that up in tinfoil, dude, and it was phenomenal. I did it in the oven though. I didn't sear it.
Yeah. See.
But they said that you can sear it after, so it cooks whatever in the oven and get it all nice and juicy. Then you sear it for a couple seconds.
Shoot!
I didn't do the searing. Probably would have been better. It was good though. It was good.
It
was good.
So I'll let you know how this butter goes. I always finish it. I usually put the butter on while I'm cooking, but this time maybe I'll do a little of both. Like midway through, I'll put a little butter on there. Although it's gonna be finishing off in the broiler. I don't know how it's gonna. I'll let you know next podcast how this steak turned out.
Wow.
Hopefully it was delicious. You know what else will be delicious? This show today. I don't even know what that means.
Wow.
Oh, actually,
I thought it was gonna be huge.
our first topic, very delicious. But before we start, I'm going to take this opportunity, you'll see, to plug some stuff. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Chad Alden, at Paul St. Amand Jr., at Armbar Radio, and at BDA_radio. Also, make sure to visit BDARadio.com for the most unique commentary on MMA and pro wrestling. Like them on Facebook at Facebook.com/BDA Radio Media. And if you want to be a part of the show, call and leave us a message at 260-BDA-MMA1. That is 260-232-6621. Make sure you subscribe and rate our podcast on whatever platform you're listening to us on. Doing so puts this show in front of more people and helps us grow our audience. Trust us. It's a good thing for everybody. So let's jump right into the deliciousness that I was talking about. The first ring card boy made history at Invicta this past weekend.
Oh, boy.
Elias, the Spartan Theroux. I think that's how he says it.
Wow.
I should know. He's fought a bunch of times in the UFC. But Elias, the Spartan Theroux, is an MMA fighter, like we just said, from Toronto. He owns a 6-2 UFC record. He also made history by becoming MMA's first ever male ring card holder. And actually, it turns out he trademarked the term ring boy.
Wow.
Smart businessman. He's open about the fact that he's earning money through sponsorships and is hoping his ring boy status will be a key part of his brand.
What happened to fighting?
He's still going to fight.
And he's been a ring boy.
You know when you talk stocks and
actually,
investments?
are we allowed to say ring boy?
He may
it's
sue
trademarked?
us. It's trademarked. He may sue us for using the word ring boy. Just like when you say Super Bowl, you have to say the big game.
You can't say...
Can't say Super Bowl, although...
Super Bowl. You totally said Super Boy.
Oh, did I say Super Boy?
Yeah. That's what I heard. I'm like, Super
Wonder
Boy.
Boy, Super Boy.
Yeah.
Man. So you can't say Super Bowl. You have to say the big game.
Big game.
But now that we just said Super Bowl, this podcast will not be on air next weekend because the NFL will sue us for a ton of money. The big game. So maybe we call this guy the big ring card gentleman. I guess that works.
Or just the ring card boy.
The ring card boy. Still gonna fight. Just wants to diversify his portfolio.
Wow.
Do things outside of the ring to make money. But this wasn't his first time doing it. He did it at a small regional show called Montreal Fight Week. And he says he was doing it to increase equality and create more options, not fewer, for gentlemen. If you guys are unsure of what this man looks like, Elias the Spartan Theroux looks like the guy your wife envisions when she's having sex with you. Pretty much. He looks like a Spartan. This guy is, I know we do our, bet you want to see my rear naked. He is the male version of every woman we feature on this. He has like a 12-pack. You can wash clothes on his abs. Women love him. Men want to be him.
And the dude throws down.
And he throws down 6-2 UFC record. So I dare you to call him anything but awesome to his face. He is awesome. Let's see. So there's been talk all over the sporting news as we try to create what they call equal rights and end misogyny on all the sports. They're talking about getting rid of the ring card girls. Whether it's the UFC, whether it's MMA in general, whether it's horse races, F1 racing, all of that. They're trying to get away from women holding these positions. So Elias is saying, you know what? Let's not get rid of them because that leaves people unemployed. Let's add more. Let's bring men into the equation. Let's create more jobs for everybody. So this guy is going to spark the economy.
You know what I thought was funny, though?
What was that?
Is that he didn't even walk around the ring shirtless. He had like a vest on.
Women love costumes.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's probably what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
I heard it was a big hit. People were disappointed, though. They thought maybe this took away some of the, not promotion, but the buzz from the Invicta card itself. But there's no such thing as bad publicity, so I just think this added to that. I think they're going to bring more fans, more people, more spectators next time around in case Elias is up there again walking the cage, which is pretty cool. He gave an example of Brittany Palmer. She said not only is she a ring card holder, but she's also a very talented artist. She's managed to leverage her position to further her artwork, and he doesn't think that would have happened if she wasn't a UFC ring card girl.
Wow.
Have to agree with that.
That's
so
true.
It really is true. Other than that, he said the response has been 70 to 80% positive.
That's a big negative.
That is a big
20
negative.
to 30% negative. That's a lot.
But when you're talking about something like that, who cares?
Dude got paid.
I mean, if I went to an Invicta show, I just wouldn't bring my wife.
Right.
Or my girlfriend.
Or either.
just saying. I definitely wouldn't bring them both and have them sit next to each other. That's just what it is. But I wouldn't want him looking at Elias because this guy looks like he could be a Chippendale dancer.
Dude, it's insane.
It's crazy.
Like, I wonder, but think about it though. He's probably like he's not a top 15 guy, so like he's not making serious money yet in the UFC.
True.
So I mean, sponsorships, he might even make just as much as he would normally fighting by doing Ring Boy, whatever it was. What was this? What he coined?
He trademarked Ring Boy.
Ring Boy. That's fantastic. Fucking good for him.
Like we said, he's
Dude's
diversifying his portfolio.
Dipping. What does the UFC though feel if he's still under contract with UFC that he's doing Invicta promotions?
Invicta is on UFC Fight Pass.
Okay.
So I don't know if...
Are they truly owned by them, or are they just
I don't know. I don't know if
it's
just a licensing UFC Fight Pass thing, or if there is some part ownership in the company. I mean, they took Cyborg, they take a bunch of girls, and they both fight back and forth for the promotions. So I'm sure there's some ownership there. No idea. If we were truly a professional podcast, we'd probably know that information before we started talking about it. But you know what? Who cares? This is a Ring Boy topic, which is amazing. He said some of the criticism of the ring card holders around sexualization, and he completely understands about the issue. It doesn't think sexuality has to be a negative thing as long as it comes from a place where the ring card holders feel empowered by what they are doing. If the person is beautiful, we can appreciate that as long as it doesn't cross the line where people are made to feel vulnerable. Indirectly, did he just call himself beautiful? Indirectly. I mean, he's allowed to say that.
Pretty
Look
much.
at the guy. Elias, the Spartan.
Flowing hair.
Yeah, he
12-pack abs.
Yeah, he looks like, who's the guy that was always on the romantic books? What was his name? Then he was on the I Can't Believe It's Not Butter commercials. Fabio. Doesn't he look like an updated brunette version of Fabio?
That's fantastic.
He kind of does.
He does. He's a thinner version of Fabio.
I love it.
Wow.
Fabio was pretty jacked.
Dude, Fabio was jacked.
But he wasn't.
Did you read any of those novels?
No.
Okay.
Are they pretty crazy?
I'm trying to remember a novel that I read.
No, I don't think we were supposed to read those novels. I think that was like...
I'm trying to remember the last book I read.
It was probably like 50 Shades of Grey, but like the pornographic version.
Have you read books? Do you read books?
I don't read books.
Dude,
I listen to Joe Rogan podcast. I listen to the wrestling podcast about nothing. Once in a while, I'll listen to ours over to see how great we were. But other than that, I'm not reading.
Dude, yeah.
I may read a few blogs here and there, but if the word counts over like 100 words, I'm out. It's what it is.
Do you do audiobooks at all?
Nope, I should get into that though.
I don't either.
Don't.
I listen to like 2-3 hour podcasts at a clip, so it's like, yeah, I don't have time for that either.
I really don't. Man, maybe if they had I just thought of a genius idea.
Oh.
I'm not going to say it out loud.
Maybe we'll talk about it after the show. What are we talking about?
Shoot, I forget what it's called. Let me just write.
Don't whisper it.
No, I'm not going to whisper it.
Okay.
That's, I'm going to, what I wrote down means nothing. I just can't think of what it was called. You can't read that anyways.
It says shit something.
My handwriting's so bad. I always
can't even read that.
I should have been a doctor or a 4-year-old. I know what it is. This is what it is going to be.
This is super interesting to the listeners.
It really is.
Is it
going
to be something that they're going to love?
Maybe. Is it going to be an idea that it could make us some money? Don't say it out loud.
Oh.
Is that even a thing? Could it be a thing?
It might be a thing.
That's a pretty good idea,
That's actually really good.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Son of a bitch.
I almost said that out loud, too.
That has to be... It has to exist.
If it's not, we're building it. We're building it. We're making
that's
$1 billion.
fantastic.
See that?
Dude, that's a great idea.
See? Told you.
Wow.
So Elias makes history by becoming the first ring boy. I think people were happy about it.
You know what would sell?
What was that?
An Elias
calendar?
Drink marker.
Oh, that's right. He might be in there.
I'm looking at these drink markers now.
No, that's true. None of them have long locks like Elias.
Chase.
We absolutely need
the one that
drink
came
markers.
last week.
That's not our $1 billion idea, by the way, but it could be.
Yeah.
I like that idea equally as much as the idea that I just wrote down. But since we're talking about sexualization, let's jump in to the most non-sexualized topic in the history of MMA podcasts, which happens to be...
I bet you want to see my rear naked.
That boing at the end does not mean chub, by the way. It kind of means chub.
What does it mean? Okay.
It kind of means chub. But I bet you want to see my rear naked is a segment we created to highlight the women of MMA. There was a ton of talent in the sport of mixed martial arts, and we hope to highlight some of the people you should keep an eye on. To see more of these hashtag knockouts, go to bdaradio.com and click on Tail of the Tape. The person we are highlighting on today's show is Dianna Karavas. Despina Dianna Karavas is an American MMA fighter competing in the bantam featherweight division. She is associated with Dante Rivera, BJJ, and currently sports a 3-1 amateur record. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about her tale of the tape?
Absolutely. She is now 3-2.
3-2.
She actually lost her last one.
Oh,
so
shoot, I
she's
knew that.
3-2.
I don't know why I didn't update that.
Which she just fought in February, so that's why.
Yes.
She is 24 years young.
Hey, that's a good age. That's
Perfect
legal.
age.
That's legal.
That's plenty.
That's
of
who I'm looking for
That's plenty illegal.
when I go out to cheat on my wife.
Jesus.
24-year-olds.
5'9".
Hey, that's
tall. That might be your height.
Too tall for me. Yes.
135 pounds.
That's a good height to weight ratio.
And I'm pretty sure every photo I've ever seen with her has mixed color bikinis.
Love it.
Top is different than the bottom.
Hey, that's not bad. That's really not bad.
But you know what she has? She has that tattoo under, like, the under boob. Is that what you call it?
I love
Under
that
boob?
tattoo. You don't
Dude,
love that?
I do.
Yeah, that's so good.
I fucking love that.
Is this?
I had a conversation with my wife like last week.
You told her to get her.
I was begging her to get some tattoos.
For
She
a
won't.
second, I thought you said.
Oh,
you
not to
were-
bring.
I thought you said you were begging her.
Oh,
I'm like,
Jesus
that's awkward
Christ.
to bring up on the
No.
podcast. But if you want to share the
Begging.
details, that's fine.
Begging for
Begging
tattoos.
her
Nothing.
For you to get tattoos, or for her
her.
to get tattoos?
Dude, I have.
That is
I
a
have-
great tattoo.
Yeah, I have some. I want more. I want her. I'm like, oh, well, you can get a full sleeve. I want her to get a full sleeve.
You wanted to get her.
Well, I'm
so
like,
it
let's
wasn't
start
the
off.
underboob tattoo.
I'm like, she needs. I like the script down. So this
That's okay on the side, right by the.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Jesus.
I like the underboob. I like the script on the side.
I'm not a huge fan of like the middle chest on like between the underboob. Like if it's big, I'm not a huge fan. Yeah. All right, let's be honest.
I think I'm a fan of that if it's not their only tattoo. Like,
Right.
If they're gonna do a tattoo
Yeah.
in the middle of their chest,
right.
you gotta be
have
that
some
person.
serious ink. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's hot.
But yeah, she wouldn't. Yeah, no.
What about the tramp stamp? Do you like the tramp stamp? That's kind of outplayed now,
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of outplayed.
Or-
I like a big back piece. Like if it was
Yeah.
pretty big, I'd be all down for that.
That's
Yeah, a little tramp
not
stamp
bad.
now is not cute.
No, it really
It never
isn't.
really was. Just like tribal. Right, Chad?
Dude, I'm just gonna own that. I'm gonna own it.
So am I. It's so bad. I need my cover.
My tribal was kind of inspired by what was his name? Roger Huerta, who has actually just got the call up. I think it's for Bellator.
Really?
Because somebody got injured in one of the upcoming main events. So they called on Roger Huerta to take that fight.
Wow.
So don't knock tribal because I think it is coming back.
I like large tribal. I was more referencing the armband.
Oh, it's terrible. I need to get that stupid thing covered up. You had just turned 18.
On my 18th birthday, we both went.
Yep, you got your tattoo.
Yes, which was embarrassing, which is covered now. You can't even see it.
Dude, I need to cover mine.
It's so bad.
And then I got a stupid tribal armband.
Dude, now on my other arm with the armband, and I got the zodiac above it.
Oh.
I want this whole thing covered now.
Dude.
I want it all covered.
But it's kind of funny. I'll own it.
Oh.
Oh, no, I want to get that one covered, though. I don't know. That was a bad idea. I weighed 120 pounds.
We need a picture.
My arms were super tiny, so when
We're
I
going to post to Facebook.
blew up, got fat, it's still the same size tribal armband, so it looks terrible. I'll own it.
That's amazing.
But what are you if you don't make mistakes when you're young?
Yeah.
That's what we do. We made plenty of mistakes while we were young. You know who's not making mistakes? Dianna Karavas. Despina Dianna Karavas. Do you know why I say she's not making mistakes? Well, maybe she made a couple mistakes in a row because she is now 3-2. She's lost a couple in a row. But that just means It is a minor setback for an ultimate comeback. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
She last fought in February, like you just said, at Ring of Combat AM 27, where she lost a tough decision to Tanisha Tennant for the vacant featherweight title. Told you she goes back and forth between bantamweight and featherweight. The fight right before that, I think, was for the vacant bantamweight title, and she lost that fight as well. But at least she is fighting elite competition. She main evented that last card in February at Ring of Combat AM 27. So this lady is poised to make a name for herself in the sport. Obviously, she's featured on A Man Walks Into an Arm Bars. I bet you want to see my rear naked. She got us to talk about our terrible tattoo mistakes.
So bad.
At 18, 19 years old.
Did you ever watch like Miami Ink?
Yes.
Do you see they have a new series?
Yes.
I think it might be only Facebook, right now. I don't think they actually
Is it only
broadcast
Facebook?
I think it's like...
I feel like I
think it's
feel like I've
streamed
seen
only.
the commercial on real TV, though.
Oh, maybe they are. Maybe they're just like doing them now, and then they'll release like the actual like...
Maybe
this is just like a web series right now, and then it's going to convert into...
It could
But it's
be.
all the guys from fucking the original. Chris Garver, Daniel Brass.
Why don't we have tattoos like that? Some of those tattoos, though, on these people, when you look at them, are pretty crazy.
You know they're like 500 an hour, right? Or something
Yeah,
stupid.
it's
It's like
nuts.
5 times the normal.
But it's awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And their stupid tattoos are sleeve pieces.
I know.
So they look awesome in the full sleeve. They're like isolated, like maybe ours were isolated.
Yeah.
Look terrible.
I know.
But in a full sleeve, they make it look amazing.
So you need a full sleeve.
I would get a full sleeve.
I would love a full sleeve.
I would love it. My only thing is, like, I try to remain that, like, professional, like, I gotta be able to cover it up with a shirt. When I was getting the
I hate
chest
that.
piece, I didn't go up too far because I didn't want to be able to see it in the shirt.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, I don't know. I
don't-
just like to cover it up.
I don't care anymore. I want full sleeve.
That's what I'm saying. You want to see me go nuts? Let me win the lottery. Let our next BDA contract be in the millions. I'm going to get neck tattoos. I'm going to get a 69 on my forehead.
What in
I'm
the
going to get a
thousands?
teardrop.
A teardrop.
I may have
Stop
killed
it.
people in my past. I don't even know if it means that, but I'll get everything.
Wow.
Dude, I'll be covered in it.
Jesus.
I love that stuff.
I know.
The only reason I don't do it,
Is it weird that it feels good? I actually like the feeling. Some people like don't like it.
I like it. There was I'll admit it, a couple pieces on the chest kind of hurt like a son of a gun.
Yeah.
And what made me feel bad, I was getting that done, and there was a chick getting like the whole side, like her whole side. It wasn't
Oh.
just the writing. This was a massive tattoo.
Awesome.
She was enjoying it.
I know.
She was making me
Dude,
feel
I love
like
it.
I was such a wuss. she was.
The
she was-
colors are
she was
the
a
worst.
champ.
The colors hurt. I don't even say hurt. You feel the color more because they go there's more needles.
I don't
and
have
there's more like it goes deeper.
I don't have any color.
You don't have any color?
Zero color. All of
I
mine
didn't know
are black.
that. Oh, I didn't know that.
So
Oh, son
I don't
of a
know how
bitch.
color feels. Only problem is with black, they have to go through that like a zillion times
Yeah.
because black will show up. Like
Yeah.
if you don't get all the color
Yep.
in there, it'll show up. So that
Let's
was
go
a
over and
son of a
over and
gun.
over and over and over again.
Yes. So
Any thick piece, yeah, because mine is like literally all color all
Yeah.
the way up my arm. But yeah, black, dude, they dig in. They
yeah, I was
dig
always a
in.
fan of black, and although I do like the old school like greenish color because it was terrible ink. I think that's why it turned that greenish color. But every time I see like an old school person with that greenish colored ink, I wish I could get something like that. That's pretty awesome. I know it's terrible ink, but there's something about that retro feel that looks pretty cool. But I don't know. There's more ink in my future. Maybe I'll go with a little bit of color. I don't know. I'm just a fan of black.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So I didn't like color when I got the other two because my first one was color and it faded. The inks that they have now last
much
so
better.
long, and I know how to like take care of it too now. You know, sunblock and like
But I
whatever.
kind of like when it's faded too.
Jesus.
I'm such a weird guy. Like I just know what I like when I see it. I'm not very artistic, not very artsy. But if I see something,
Is it still looking good?
it's not
pretty-
looking that good. But I kind of like it.
That's expensive to get redone.
It really is expensive to get
Yeah.
redone. But I don't have to get it redone. I'm getting the other one covered up.
Wow.
So I'll have some new ink on my body, hopefully pretty soon. Just got to figure out what I want.
Yeah.
Just got to figure it out.
I have, I actually did, did you do the natural healing, or did you use like the A&D lotion or
Yeah, I
ointment?
used the ointment.
I used ointment on my first 3. Then when I did the cover up, I did natural healing. Fucking
So much
amazing.
better? Really?
Amazing. Color stayed. So like literally I didn't have like, it wasn't all over my sheets and shit. Cause the color actually stays in more. So basically you just let it soap and water when you get home. And then literally you let it heal by itself. Then once you start seeing it kind of start to scab, all you're doing is using daily moisturizer with no alcohol. And dude, it came out fucking amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like they call it natural healing, even though you use like a moisturizer, but that's just to like, keep it.
I'm trying to remember the
moist.
stuff that I used. I feel like it's
Bacitration,
or like
that's a
H2O something, like a water. I forget what it was
so
called.
like, yeah.
But it's
That's
almost
what I
like
usually
A&D
do.
ointment, but
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a
A&D,
little bit better than
I
that.
think I used bacitration on my other ones. That's what they recommended. And then this guy,
Natural
I
healing.
fucking love this guy. Yeah, he's so good. He's one of the best, like, traditional Japanese, like in New England. He's
man.
really good. He's a friend of a friend, so it's
And
a
he's
connection.
local?
Yeah, he's in Portsmouth.
Wow. That's not
He's,
bad.
he owns his own shop. It's fucking amazing.
I know another guy that's out of like the Laconia area. Bike Week. What's up? He's really good too.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to this guy.
It's
Unbelievable.
insane. Yeah.
Not that many. You have to go to a great artist.
100%.
Not positive we went to great artists.
Not at all. When we were kids, absolutely did not. We went to Joe Schmo's tattoo parlor.
Joe
and
Schmo's.
picked off the wall and no. Just,
It was a diamond tattoo.
yes, diamond
That's
tattoo.
what it was called. They're out of business now, so we can
Yes, they are.
talk smack about them.
That was years ago. And then Magic Needle
But we had some.
and
They had some good recommendations, or at least
Yeah.
that's what we were saying. But
Right.
who would have recommended them to us at that age?
I have
we
no
just
idea.
made it up.
Probably.
Oh man, that's
Dude,
terrible.
I remember like my uncle brought pizza in and we're eating a slice and then the fucking tattoo artist is eating a slice while tattooing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is normal, right? Like you're just supposed to eat pizza while tattooing?
Yeah, with pizza in one hand, the needle in the other. Maybe not the best quality of work.
No.
But maybe it was. Maybe that is normal.
Man.
When you have a rapport with people. The only reason I remember that guy, I was like, oh, I don't have cash. I'm paying with a card. And he was like, oh, it's going to be 10% more. I hated that guy. And I just did it. Whatever.
There's so many places still like that, cash only.
Yeah. I get it. There is a fee for credit. And
Yeah.
they were a small local shop. So I paid it anyways. It just seemed
Yeah.
like a lot of money for such a small, tiny, tribal tattoo. It is
Dude,
what it is.
I got hooked up with this one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I may come back to you for that.
We'll talk about it after, off the air.
Absolutely. Nobody wants to hear our tattoo stories, but just keep in mind, if you have a bad tattoo, you are in great company because we had bad tattoos as well. Still do, and I'm going to get mine covered up, so don't you worry about it. Maybe we'll post some pictures once we get new artwork done on Twitter, but maybe we won't. Who knows? We'll keep you in suspense. But if you have an MMA fighter you would like to see featured on this podcast, on this segment, tweet their info to us at Armbar Radio on Twitter, and we will do our best to try to get them on the show. But let's... Oh, go ahead. You had something you were going to say.
Has nothing to do with tattoos.
Uh-oh, that's good.
Nor did it have anything to do with...
Doesn't have to do with the fighter we just featured, Despina Dianna Karavas?
Nope.
Okay.
It has to do with food.
Oh, food. I love food.
I do too.
There's always room to talk about more food.
I went to Hannaford's in Bedford.
And you got a pizza.
Have you been there?
And
Dude.
no.
They
Is it amazing? It's
have
huge, right?
Yeah, a full area, like a giant circle of all different foods, and they'll make it for you fresh.
Love it.
They had pizza there, and I must say you are correct, sir. Their pizza is amazing.
But I wonder if it's the same pizza. Doesn't matter. You got pizza at Hannaford, so
It's
essentially
they're fresh.
it's the same pizza.
It's so good.
Oh, that's a bit. See, I told
It's
you.
so good, dude. We went there this weekend, and my wife's like, "Oh, I went there with the kids. It's fantastic." I'm like, "Dude, we're going to the grocery store to eat." She's like, "Yeah."
Most grocery
So-
stores now are hooked up. Some of
Dude.
them have a bar.
They have everything
stuff.
at this place. Wicked clean, really nice. Dude, I went to like the place where I was like, they had like Thai food and stuff and whatever. So you literally, there's a full bar of whatever you want for vegetables to cook.
Love it.
Then you pack it in your like Chinese container. You bring it with you. Put it on like the little shelf that they have, and they will grill whatever. Like, do you want protein? I'm like, yes. They're like chicken, beef, whatever. Then there's like,
yes.
There's like, then there's like 20 sauces to pick from. Then like, you want an egg? I'm like, fuck yes, I do. It was phenomenal.
That's awesome,
dude. It was so good. But now I realize that all that shit shrinks on the grill. So next time I'm gonna heap it way the fuck off the top of the container. But goddamn, it was so good.
That's good stuff because I still love Sarku.
Oh, Sarku.
I'm sure every mall in
has
America
a Sarku.
has Sarku.
It is so
love
good.
It. That stuff that I think is chicken that they throw on the grill.
Don't even know. That giant like vat of the bucket that they bring out of chicken.
It doesn't look like chicken.
Doesn't matter. I don't even
but
care
it tastes
what it
so
is.
good.
It's
and that teriyaki sauce at the end. Extra meat.
I just went to the mall. They have a special. Buy one, get one for $3.99.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Could I really crank through two of them?
Of course you can.
Do you get double meat?
Yes. You have
fried
to get
rice?
double meat. Yes.
Vegetables?
Yes.
That's what I get.
I used to not get vegetables.
My jam. I did too. Now I do.
Yeah, now I like it.
I'm like, now it's green. It's going to be healthy.
Well, at least I convinced myself it is.
Yeah.
So, yes, you got to get all that.
I love
it.
Sarku.
Love it. But this sounds just as amazing.
It was really good.
So I'm going to take a field trip to the Hannaford.
It's definitely much better highly processed meat as opposed to Sarku.
Exactly.
But it's more expensive. But it was like $8 or something.
I was going to say, is it based on the weight?
No.
Oh.
No, so you can load the shit out of that container.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to stuff it.
Stuff it up.
I'm going to bring like a hammer and just pound it in the bottom of the container.
That's not bad.
It's so good, though. Very, very good.
That's pretty good. Talking about pounding into a hammer, that's like an excellent segue. Did you see this story about this past weekend when heavyweight Drew Chapman celebrated his pro debut victory by standing on his opponent, Irvins Ayala? He stood on his spine and did a front flip to an unconscious body.
Pretty sure the entire MMA community saw it.
The whole MMA community saw this. When I first saw it, I couldn't believe it. It was kind of like the NFL end zone celebrations where they pull out the cell phone, where they're dancing like crazy people.
This may have been worse than that.
Oh, this was worse.
This dude did a fuck.
In the NFL, they're not dancing on an unconscious body.
Yeah, that was bad.
Irvins was absolutely unconscious. The crazy thing was, it looked like Irvins was getting the better of Drew Chapman. Landed a nice straight right, I believe it was. Went for a nice, I think it was a double leg takedown. And as they were heading to the mats, somehow Irvins knocked himself out, unconscious on the floor. And like we said, Drew got up. The fight was waved off. Did a front flip. I don't think he was trying to land on the body. I think he was just using his body as the platform to jump off and do his front flip. But it doesn't really matter. Drew Chapman came out and said he was just in a fog that whole night. And then when he got the victory, he was so elated, didn't know what he was doing. So that's how that fight ended. But it soon got turned around. They called it a despicable display of sportsmanship. So it got overturned to a disqualification.
As it should have.
And Irvins picks up the decision. Lots of people outraged on the internet. The whole MMA community found this to be a terrible, terrible thing. One of those people, Lorenz Larkin of Bellator MMA, took aim at the dude. This is what he said. I'm getting all messed up trying to read this print right here. But, so, Larkin took aim at Chapman and his gym, who, get this, is owned by retired veteran and former UFC title challenger Josh Koscheck.
Wow.
Larkin wrote, "What a piece of beep you are, Drew Chapman. And at Josh Koscheck, you should be effing embarrassed as a coach and a gym owner." He actually, I think he spelled out effing. Here's what he said. He had a video. I went to go pull the clip for the show. It appears Lorenz Larkin may have deleted the video off of Instagram because I couldn't find it. Maybe I was under the wrong Lorenz Larkin account. That could happen too. Who knows? But here's what he said. You effing piece of blank. I've never, ever, my effing life seen any type of classless blank like that, and I've been in the game for a while. I hope I know LFA President Ed Soros is one hell of an effing promoter, and he will handle it to the fullest effing potential he can, but I hope no other effing promotions, no matter how you effing do in your career, pick your sorry ass up, and I'm so glad you're not on the higher effing levels so I could get my hands on you, you piece of effing S. The California State Athletic Commission has withheld Chapman's $500 payday. $500 because of the disqualification and suspended him 90 days for striking his opponent after the fight, unsportsmanlike conduct, and hitting an opponent in the referee's care. According to MMAfighting.com, Chapman told the website he understood the penalties, apologized to his opponent and his team, and he was simply in a bit of fog throughout the night and regretted his action. I am so glad fighters are calling him out on this.
90 days, that's it?
90 days.
I saw everywhere people wanted a lifetime ban.
They wanted a lifetime ban. Stupid move. But it is kind of like the end zone celebrations. I don't think he meant to hurt him. I just think it was just a dumb, immature, stupid thing that he did. But here's my thing. So Lorenz Larkin signed to Bellator. Josh Koscheck has or was going to fight for that promotion too. Do you think this sets up? I'm not even sure. I'm sure they can make it work. Catchweight bout. I'm not even sure if they fight in the same weight class. Would you pay now to see Lorenz Larkin take on Josh Koscheck if they could make this fight in Bellator MMA?
No.
No? I'd be excited to see it. We know Josh Koscheck is past his prime. We know
Josh
Lorenz Larkin
Koscheck had nothing to do with it.
It had nothing to do with it, but it is.
He's not going to take ownership of that.
That's true. But like we said in the first topic we talked about with the male ring card boy, there is no such thing as bad publicity, and Bellator MMA, who is struggling with its ratings, can do anything to springboard a fight that would make the fans tune in. Maybe this is how you do it.
Maybe,
but maybe not. It was a despicable thing.
It was awful. And I guarantee Koscheck is embarrassed.
I hope he's embarrassed.
Has to be.
True. And we remember Koscheck was on the almost like the opposite end of that spectrum when Paul Daly punched him after the bell. And then Paul Daly got a lifetime suspension from the UFC. So maybe he would never condone an act like this. And hopefully he had some words for Chapman after the fight. So we won't know. We can only speculate at this time. Maybe Josh Koscheck will come out with his own announcement. Who knows? Maybe not. A statement. Can't even think of the words to use right now. Maybe we should have got wasted on this podcast. Maybe it would have helped me find my words a little better. I am no Joe Rogan, but what we are is we are two hosts of A Man Walks Into an Armbar, where you can find everywhere, like Stitcher, Apple, Spotify. Is that new? Spotify? Did we just get approved a couple weeks ago for Spotify? Mm-hmm. That's amazing. But that was our topic too. Light week for MMA once again. But yes, front flip on knocked out fighter leads to DQ. That was our topic.
Did you see him get knocked out though? So the only reason why the dude got knocked out was because he landed on his knee on the way down.
That's what I mean. He knocked himself out pretty much.
It was insane.
I was thinking.
I watched that like 3-4 times.
Me too.
How did he get knocked out?
Because I thought maybe he threw the knee. Went on his way down.
He landed with his knee up.
Yep. Totally fluke knockout.
Oh.
So for him to celebrate like that,
do you want to see you know
crazy.
What I would rather see? A rematch between these two. How pissed is this guy going to be?
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Pissed.
He is going to be ticked off. And like we said, I think he was winning that fight pretty handily.
Oh, yeah.
Up into that spot. So let's make it happen again. People will tune in. Put this on the main card this time. This took place after the main card, so not a lot of people saw this. Well,
everybody saw it now.
Everybody saw it now, so maybe they knew what they were doing. But let's jump into a guy that definitely knows what he's doing. Tyron Woodley. He is in the news because he just named 4 people that he could possibly fight next. So I'll give you the names, and you tell me which guy you would like to see him fight next. Keep in mind, he's currently healing up for a recent shoulder injury. And while he has targeted a return to the sport later this summer, the UFC is already looking to set up an interim title fight for the division. Rafael Dos Anjos and Colby Covington are currently targeted at UFC 224 for the interim title. Granted, Tyron Woodley is not entirely in agreement with the UFC's decision, but we know why they did that. An interim title fight sells way more pay-per-views, gives people a reason to watch it, and Rafael Dos Anjos versus Colby Covington is an awesome fight. I'll be watching that eagerly. Not sure who I would pick to win that, but RDA has looked unbelievable. And Colby Covington, although everybody hates that dude, he's a tough dude. And so I'm waiting to see that fight. It's a great fight.
How much do you like Tyron Woodley?
He's comes across sometimes as a boring fighter.
Yeah.
But he can end a fight in the blink of an eye. Super explosive, great wrestling, smart fighter.
He does good commentary. I do like him outside the ring.
Yeah, he has a great
When
personality.
he is like leading up to a fight, I get so annoyed with him. I don't know what it is. I really dislike him.
He is no Conor McGregor. He can't talk like him. He is no Michael Bisping. He is no Chael Sonnen.
Right.
Not that exciting. But again, he's had some tough fights. So Wonder Boy fight twice.
Yep.
That's a hard matchup for anybody.
That's cool.
Don't
Decision.
And he can't. But
Damian
how do you
Maia
fight Wonder
decision.
Boy? I know, but those are some boring matchups for him. So
Yeah, that's
remember when
true.
Anderson Silva went through when he fought Damian Maia?
Oh, that's
one
true.
of the worst
Yeah.
fights ever.
I know.
Ever.
That's
So I can't really hold that against Tyron. And when you get to that level of competition where you're fighting number 2, number 3, number 4 in the world, you got to fight a smart fight if you want to hold on to that title. If you want to make your way up to the big super fights, the paydays. So I think he's doing it the right way. I think he's holding out. He wants like a Nate Diaz. He wants a Conor McGregor. He wants one of those big paydays. So he's a smart guy. But let me give you the 4 names of the people that he could fight. 2 of them I just mentioned. He said I could fight Rafael Dos Anjos. He said this while talking to Forbes recently. I could fight Colby Covington. I could fight Kamaru Usman. That they're calling him the most ducked fighter in the history of the UFC. And then I could fight Darren Till, another guy that's unbelievable. Till and Usman could fight. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens. It's a good time for the sport because I've got the red dot on me. So it turns out he may have a little Indian in him.
Wow.
He must have done the 23andMe, whatever that's called. That's the only thing I can see that he means by red dot. But to be honest, I don't think any of these guys want to see me. I've already beat the toughest guys in the division. I'm the champion for a reason. I got here the old school way. So out of those 4 people, which I think are all absolutely great guys to fight for the belt, all 4 of them I could see beating Tyron Woodley.
Right.
Rafael has looked dynamite his last few fights. Colby Covington, super good. Darren Till, unbelievable. Kamaru Usman, super explosive, great wrestler. So I could see all 4 of these guys potentially beating Tyron Woodley. But out of those 4 guys, putting you on the spot right here today on A Man Walks Into an Armbar, who would you like to see fight him?
After his fight with Robbie Lawler, I have to go with Rafael Dos Anjos.
Ooh,
He's fantastic.
I like that.
I love that fight. I honestly think he would beat Woodley.
Wow, he could. He's looked
pretty
so good.
decisively. Yeah,
He's looked really good.
Dude, he
Awesome
destroyed
jiu-jitsu.
Neil
Submissions
Magny.
look great.
Dude, he's fantastic.
He has looked fantastic lately. Do you know who I think I would want to see him fight next? Colby Covington.
Really?
Only because the whole mixed martial arts world hates this dude. Undefeated except by a boomerang. Is he undefeated? I may have just made that stat up. We know he got beat up by a Fabricio Werdum boomerang. We know he got beat by a boomerang. That's his only blemish on his record.
13-1, yep.
See, who's his one? Is it 13-0?
13-1.
Who's his loss to?
Worley Alves back in 2015.
Back in 2015. That doesn't even mean anything.
Guillotine
Worley is a
choke.
good fighter, yes.
But he hasn't
But
really fought
Colby
that much.
has, no, I know, 13-0, 13-1, 13-2 if you count the boomerang. The most hated man in MMA. Wouldn't mind seeing the most hated man in MMA, fight Tyron for the title, because I think it would give Tyron's name a little boost. I think people will be tuning into that fight to see Tyron put a beating to Colby Covington. So I think it would help him grow his name. I think it would help him boost his numbers. So I wouldn't mind seeing that fight happening next. You don't like Colby Covington matchup?
Not really.
Darren
Till would be nice because Darren Till beat Donald Cerrone, so he beat Cowboy.
Exactly, and Usman
So I could
is
see
a
that.
beast.
I know.
Usman is super explosive, great wrestling. So I just would love to see that matchup, but it could be a boring matchup unless their wrestling kind of nullifies each other and they're left to fight on
Dude,
the feet. Maybe that could be explosive.
I just want to see him bang. Yeah, that's all I want to see.
Exactly.
Not in that way.
Yeah,
Stop looking at me.
but Tyron and Usman both jacked. I would see them bang the other way.
But
too.
again, dude, I'm just not excited for him. I don't like when he fights.
He's had
It's
some
the last
boring
couple.
fights.
It's
He's
the
had
last
some boring
couple
fights.
that have just been. Oh, it's turned me off.
You're only as
But
exciting as your last fight.
I love him outside of the ring, like outside of the octagon, though, because he bought like his mom a house and stuff.
Such a
like
good
I love
guy.
this guy, but I don't know, man. He pisses me off when he goes to like promote himself. He's just not good at promoting.
There's some people that aren't.
Yeah,
We
he's just
can't
not
all
that
be
good.
a Brian Malonis.
Right.
The Kingpin, Brian Malonis.
Yeah. We
I
can't
love
all
his
be-
new. I love his new symbol that he has
Oh,
for Ring of Honor.
Mastodon?
Is that what it is? A
It's
mastodon.
A Mastodon shirt. Yeah. Did you see his shirts? They're pretty nice.
They're pretty nice shirts.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen his shirts yet, visit his Ring of Honor store, Brian Malonis. You can get some Mastodon shirts.
BrianMalonis.com.
BrianMalonis.com. I'm going to pick one up. Might as well, right?
Yeah.
They're going to have us as guests on their show maybe again, right? If we get lucky.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't think they like us very much.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because we don't watch wrestling much anymore. I've been watching it more lately.
Oh, boy.
I'm a
and
huge
your
fan.
Amateur wrestling.
No, I've been watching the fake stuff this
Oh,
time.
have you?
Yep, where the matches are scripted.
What do you think of Daniel Bryan coming back?
Who?
Did you see what?
What?
Daniel Bryan?
What was his thing?
He goes yes.
Yes.
He just got cleared after 2 years out of the ring.
Married to one of the Bella twins. Love them.
Good
Love
for
the Bella
him.
twins.
Good for him.
He's awesome. Oh, he's a fan favorite. That dude, not the biggest guy, not the most
I love that
athletic
guy.
but he is one of the most
Great on the mic.
working. Great on the mic.
Super
awesome
technical.
beard.
Awesome beard.
Dude, the man's awesome.
I don't get it. Like, did he just randomly go to a second opinion, like some half-assed doctor, be like, "Oh no, you're fine now." Like, how does
Possibly.
it go from "you'll never wrestle ever again" 2 years later? You're like, "Oh, this guy said, yeah, I can," so he's back.
Do you know what the bigger question is, though?
What?
How'd he land one of the Bella twins? Like, how does that happen? He is a really
You're
nice
like a
guy.
fucking
I've seen the show.
WWE
He's like-
superstar. That's how.
that's true.
Let's be honest.
That's true.
John Cena.
John Cena married the other. I can understand the John Cena thing, though.
Really?
One of the biggest stars in
What?
the sport. Although Daniel Bryan was too.
So was Daniel Bryan.
Oh, no, I get it.
You know how much
I
merch
don't
he
know.
brought in with his stupid yes stuff?
That's true. I love Daniel Bryan.
Wow.
Love that. So maybe we'll see Brian Malonis on the Ring of Honor is huge.
Yeah.
One of the biggest promotions
Look
in
at
the
the
world right now.
Undertaker.
Look at the
Think-
Undertaker.
Think Undertaker's a good-looking dude? See his wife?
It's not bad. Oh,
That's
right. Oh, yeah.
That's
I've
what I'm
seen
saying.
his wife.
Like, he's a WWE superstar.
That's true. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there.
Wow.
I was just gonna speak ill of my wife. We're big superstars on a podcast. Oh, she's okay. She's okay. I guess she's
fantastic.
She's like an 8 in New Hampshire. Bring her any other state, she drops like 3 points. Don't tell her I said that. No way she listens to this podcast. But
That's amazing.
that is amazing. You know what? We're at the end of our show. Told you it is a slow week of mixed martial arts.
Wow.
She can probably hear us talking about her
100%.
on this podcast right now. But that's okay. She knows me.
Wow, you're not getting any dinner later?
No dinner.
Dude, I can't believe your
I'm
wife
gonna
cooks
starve.
for you every night. That's fantastic.
Yeah. But I do some weird things.
Oh God.
So like,
wait, what?
I told you, like, I pick up the house. I like to fold the blankets every morning. Like,
Do
all
you
that
really?
stuff. But
Jesus.
part of it's because if we get broken into, I don't
want
want them thinking we're slobs. What? Sarah, I don't even know. I don't get
That's
it.
your thought process?
And then I do certain things, like in the bedroom, I'll pick up this, I'll
Wait.
pick up that, because I'm like, if she's cheating on me, I don't want the guy she's cheating on me with to
Thinking
think
you're
we're
slobs?
slobs either. And these are real thoughts that go through my head.
What was the story you told one time?
The tea wrapper.
The tea wrapper. You thought it
I
was
was
a
so
condom?
furious. I don't know what I was going to do. I was either going to like kill her and burn down the house. I don't know what I was going to do. But
That was one of the funniest stories ever.
dude, you have no
You
idea.
came
I
home
was
and you
horrified.
Was it under the bed? I forgot.
It was like on the bed.
on the bed. It looked like it was a
It looked like a condom wrapper.
ripped open tea
It was a
bag.
tea bag.
That makes
wrapper.
me so happy. That's a genius idea. We sell tea wrappers.
It's,
We sell condoms
I
inside
don't-
tea wrappers.
Dude, I think my other idea that I came up with earlier
that's actually
is
genius.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
but that was fucking hilarious. You
I
thought
was-
it was a tea wrapper. You thought it was a.
What if I wouldn't, like, if she would have walked in the room at that time, what if I just started, no, I don't even want to say that. What? Suffocating her with a pillow. That sounds better than beating her. It was close. I don't know what I was going to do.
That's fucking amazing.
It's either that or I just don't say a word and I just go out and
Oh, that's funny.
next day she comes in and all my stuff's gone. It's one of those things. She's either
Dude, that's
dead
hilarious.
or I just leave without saying a word.
Oh man.
Not sure what it was going to be.
Wow.
Thankfully, I noticed it was a tea wrapper.
Thankfully, there was no pillows on the bed.
That's true. That's true. Because
That's
I put those
amazing.
away because I didn't want the guy she's cheating on me with thinking we're slobs. That's why there was no pillows on the bed.
Dude, that's hilarious.
But yeah, so I do weird things like that.
Wow.
But, so we are at the end of a show.
Yes.
Should we tell everybody about the upcoming events?
Love to.
Obviously, no Bellator or UFC. Otherwise, we would have had our other segment for you. No Bellator UFC until next weekend. So here are the upcoming events since we are a podcast of the people. March 30th, Fight Night Global 85, Akinov versus Kopilov. March 30th.
Yeah.
Butchered those names.
That was close enough.
April 1st, Fight Nights Global 86, back-to-back. Another couple of names that are hard to pronounce, at least one of them. Zumagulov versus Nam. And then April 6th, Bellator 196. See? Didn't make it up.
I'm excited for this one.
Benson Henderson versus My Tattoo, Roger Huerta. Love that. It's going to be a good one.
What do you got?
I'm only taking Huerta because I think Tribal is on its way back. Telling you want to see My Tattoo? Tune into that fight. Pretty much the same thing. I did rip him off.
That one I like.
I like that one
I'll
too.
just make for the armband.
That's true.
Because I have an armband too.
You won't see Roger Huerta sporting my armband. You will see the chest piece though. And then April 6th, CES MMA 49, Andrews versus Padilla. And then April 7th, UFC 223.
Cannot wait.
One of the most exciting cards ever. It's Tony Ferguson taking on Khabib Nurmagomedov. Can't wait for that fight.
Oh, it's going to end so soon.
That is going to be a good one. Oh, can't wait to see that one. And then we'll talk about that next week for sure. But also other news. Jessica Aguilar takes on Jodie Esquibel at UFC Fight Night 131 on June 1st. UFC officials announced that recently. And then following a title defense in Friday's LFA 36 main event, Ricky Simon says he signed a deal with the UFC. This is what he wrote on Instagram. Guess who just got signed to the UFC? This has been a tough journey, and I want to thank my team, my friends, my sponsors, and especially my family. Love you guys.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Do you know how I read that?
How?
Richard Simmons.
It could be Ricky Simon or Richard
I totally
Simmons.
read that as Richard Simmons. I looked quick. I'm like, oh, Richard Simmons. Is he
Hey.
alive still? There was like a rumor that he was dead.
Yeah, I think he was being
Then there was
like,
a
held
rumor
captive.
that then there was a rumor that he was like tranny, like he
could be that too.
full on did the trans.
Yeah, that's not very politically correct what you just said.
terrible.
We're going to get some hate mail
Undo.
this week. It's usually me that gets the hate mail. This week it's you.
That wasn't negative. Aren't they called? It's transgender.
I mean, yeah, maybe transgender. I think
I
that's
don't know what the
right
process
word.
is called. Though I'm terrible.
Yeah, I don't either. Reassignment surgery? Is
Yeah,
that,
gender reassignment surgery. Yes.
Maybe that's not PC. I don't know what they call it. We're not trying to be we're not trying to be mean. I don't know. We're just gonna stop talking about that. But depends who they throw at Ricky Simon in his debut. Maybe if it's a guy that has been around the sport for a long time, then he could be sweating to the oldies.
Dude, headband.
Get it?
Dude,
Get
I love
sweat.
Dude,
See
I
that?
love that.
Richard Simmons is
Pretty
awesome.
sure we had that video as a kid.
Yes, I
Sweating to
know
the
my mom
oldies.
definitely did. That guy was huge for a
Headband,
while.
the tube socks,
Oh, yeah.
short shorts.
Dude,
Richard
that's how you
Simmons
do
was
it.
a man.
The curly hair.
Loved him.
He was awesome. Still is awesome. I think he's still alive.
Hopefully.
Being held against his will by his nanny. Who knows? Could be true. Could be true. And then This was big news. This could be setting a precedence in the MMA world. In late December 2016, UFC heavyweight Josh Barnett was informed that he had been flagged for a potential violation of the company's anti-doping policy after a sample he submitted earlier that month revealed the presence of Osterin, a banned substance. Approximately 15 months later, an arbitrator found that Barnett bore the extreme low end of fault for this violation, for which he had already suffered a de facto punishment in the form of his long period of ineligibility. Therefore, according to the chief arbitrator, Richard McLaren, Barnett deserved only a reprimand for his use of a tainted supplement.
Wow.
That's huge.
That's
the
crazy.
defense. Now, what I said, I feel like a bunch of podcasts ago is, did I just say that right? A bunch of podcasts ago, my whole thing's coming to fruition. Like, if you are a big fighter in MMA, even if you're not so big, take out a loan, start a supplement company. Obviously, don't start under your name because that would be foolish. Have some friends start a supplement company with some tainted supplements, and then take all the crap you want.
Oh,
and then
that's
once
genius.
you get busted, you point to that tainted supplement that you know is tainted because your boys, wink, wink, own and run that company. Your punishment won't be so extreme.
That's genius.
If you do get busted by USADA. See?
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe it's not. So that's what I would do.
Wow.
Good thing I'm not on the UFC's roster. Otherwise, they now know my plan.
Is that a one-time thing, though? Like, once you get flagged as your company for having tainted supplements?
Possibly. But if you can do it long enough where you make a name for yourself in the sport, not bad.
Wow.
Not a bad idea.
Wow.
Still try to beat the test, of course. But if you get busted, your buddies own a supplement company.
There has
with
to be
tainted
some way
supplements.
to get out of that.
I'm telling you, this has to be it.
It doesn't, like, isn't there some things where, like, you can, like, inject when it's all blood now, right? They don't even do pee tests anymore.
I have no idea. I'm sure they do both. I'm sure some
Yeah,
show up in
I
pee,
saw
some show
Paige
up in
Van
blood.
Zandt post some where, like, her dude, it, like, blood all over her arm.
Oh, man.
When they, like, go to, like, get a sample or whatever.
Natsukao.
Nuts. Dude, I want to watch that tonight.
That's it. I'm watching it. I am...
After Jean-Claude Van Johnson, I'm all over.
Love it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that could set a precedence. Like I said, Josh Barnett beats the system because he was able to prove his innocence. Other than that, I have nothing else. What about you?
Nothing. I wish John Jones would have done that.
Maybe he tried that.
So bad.
John Jones, have your friends start a supplement company. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, I miss John
Beat
Jones.
the test. But that does bring us to the end of our show for today. We are running long. Remember to like BDA Radio on Facebook at facebook.com/BDA Radio Media. Also, make sure to check out the Wrestling Podcast About Nothing. If you like wrestling, that podcast will not disappoint. You can find their show by going to bdaradio.com or by searching pretty much any podcast platform like iTunes, Stitcher, or else? Spotify, and then every other place where podcasts are sold, but not sold because you can listen to it for free. Also, you can catch this show, A Man Walks Into an Armbar, every Saturday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time-ish on the Podcast Radio Network. You can listen by downloading the Cry Key Premium Radio app on iOS or Android, or by looking up Podcast Radio Network on TuneIn Radio. That is our show. Peace out for now.